Roger Corn feels he was the real target. Police break up 200-person party in Podroin, and Harmon's driver drunkenly wrecks 3 cars. I am Noriko Baldford, and this is Uncut News. Roger Corn feels the police force's investigation into Ricardo Fagundes' murder has already been compromised. Speaking at his friend's funeral, the retired kingpin expressed the genuine belief that the bullets that night were intended for him, as he was with Fagundes at the time. He also believes that the cops failed his friend, alluding to the fact that the police did not set up roadblocks in time to stop the men. Neither do they seem to really care that the murder literally took place just feet away from the president's home, nor have the police updated the family on the status of the case. Khan also warned that in the absence of a strong state security, the nation will descend into criminal chaos, which honestly is something I never thought I'd ever hear Roger Corn say. However, within just hours of having poured his heart out, the police released a statement refuting everything he said. But I think it's funny how the police can be so quick to respond when you embarrass them, but not when you're seeking justice. The family of 30-year-old Gatri Debidayol is refuting the health ministry's claim that she died of the Rona, as they believe she died of postpartum complications. The mother of 2 was admitted to the GPHC maternity ward on Thursday, March the 18th. It was while at the hospital she tested positive for the Rona and was transferred to the isolation facility where she succumbed on Saturday night. However, her family says that she was healthy prior to being admitted. They believe that she developed postpartum complications and was not properly cared for by the hospital staff. What did I say would happen if you drink and drive on the weekend? Well, Harmon's driver now knows. On Saturday night, he got drunk and crashed into 3 vehicles at a red light in Monrepo. Why? I don't know. But apparently, the crash was so hard that a 14-year-old boy from London had to be hospitalized after the SUV hit a truck, which then hit the minibus the boy was in, which then hit a van. Luckily for Harmon, he wasn't in the car at the time. And also luckily for his driver, the police didn't give his name. But you know if they did, I right now would be naming and shaming him. Yesterday morning, over 250 households and businesses in Charlestown and Workinrust in Georgetown were affected by severe flooding. Not because it rained. No, it's actually because the door at the Princess Street Coca was never closed Saturday night, allowing the high tide to flow right in. The Agriculture Ministry did not specifically say why the malfunctioning door was never closed, nor why the malfunction wasn't reported in time. But sources say it's because the door operator had fell asleep at his duties. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2018 Suzuki Swift RS Sports Edition. It comes with Bluetooth, CD stereo steering controls, crystal lights, mag rims, fog lamps, and much more. Pay cash for $3.6 million, or pay down as low as $720,000 with around $70,000 monthly, and it's yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at 171 Peter Rowe Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them Enrico sent you for this sweet deal. This morning, 31-year-old motorcyclist Leon Singh died after a truck slammed into him at an intersection on the Melanie Public Road on the East Coast. Singh died while receiving medical treatment at the hospital, and the truck driver is currently in police custody. Early Sunday morning, the police dispersed a crowd of over 200 persons partying at a popular spot in Podroin. According to the cops, most complied, but several persons were arrested after refusing to comply with the current health restrictions and curfew. What I don't get is, how is it that we all want people when it comes for commit crime? I mean, seriously, we can't get together for national development or political development. No, but if there's crime or drinking involved, we're all one people. You can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your existing side hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy through Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. While they were locking up people for breaching the curfew, Dom Law is out here playing Pogo with no mask and face-to-face with his staff members. I mean, look at them. That's just Rona paradise. But not only that, but he proudly posted the photos to his Facebook page for everyone to see him breaking the law. Opposition Rum Shop member Ganesh Mahipal also took to Facebook to complain and called on the police force to take action. But I wouldn't hold my breath, Mahipal. You know they don't believe in accountability nor equality. Ha ha! On the topic of the Rona, it's now time for today's Rona Report. Today, the nation recorded 14 new cases. There are now 229 persons dead and 11 persons in the ICU, with 966 persons in home isolation. So you hear that? Almost 1,000 people who currently actively have the case as we speak. And the total number of known cases to have ever occurred in the nation now stands at 10,182. So please, people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds. And remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Now, let's take a look at news in the region. In Trinidad, Attorney General Faris Al-Rahi is doing something that no politician in our nation has ever done. He is apologizing. In fact, he's apologizing for appearing on a live-streamed event, Vibes with Voicey, without a face mask. There's been public criticism of Al-Rahi's failure to wear a mask at the event, and the Prime Minister even expressed his disappointment. The Attorney General noted that the event was a small one held at a private residence with everyone having their temperatures taken beforehand. Nevertheless, he could see how this does not send a good message to the public, so he's sorry. The opposition has since called for his firing, but I doubt it'll happen. No, not because of corruption or anything. I mean because, he actually apologized, and ultimately it's not that big of a deal to lose your job over. Anyway, if you own one of the best diesel engines in the world, then the name Cummins is very familiar to you. But even the best engines need spare parts, am I right? Bowed Automotive Truck Spares and Engine Parts at 1161 EE Eccles stocks Cummins engine parts for 6BT and 6CT engines and much more. Call or WhatsApp 697-0171 or follow Powered Automotive Truck Spares and Engine Parts on Facebook. From next month on, the Beijing government will be looking to phase out the importation of gasoline and diesel vehicles. Minister of Energy Kerry Simmons said it is a part of the government's effort to eliminate dependence on fossil fuels by 2030. They also intend to improve the island's infrastructure so there will be more charging ports readily accessible. He added that the plan included phasing out of diesel vehicles in agriculture and transport, such as tractors and buses for green energy models. And now for our weird news story of the day. A woman lost her personal injury lawsuit after her lawyer refused to wear a mask in court and the judge threw out her case. Brooklyn Judge Lawrence Knipple tossed the case out after attorney Howard Greenwald said he could not breathe wearing a face mask. Greenwald claimed that he was physically unable to wear the mask. However, the judge, who was hospitalized with the Rona last year, told the lawyer that he needs to comply with the rules requiring face masks in all state buildings. So, since he refused to wear the mask, the judge threw out the case. Fortunately for the woman, she can always file suit again, but I'd suggest she do it with a smarter lawyer next time. Who said luxury can't be affordable? Move into your own home in 2021. Lenora Estates, West Coast MRR properties are within your reach. Move out of the landlord's place and put that rent money towards your own 5,000 square foot property. Call or WhatsApp 592-618-5702 or call +1 516-476-2172 for more info. Moving on to our Uncut News Views Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in the nation, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So, you give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Friday's question was, what should the government do to address piracy? Jason Chavez said, tracking devices in the engines, communication devices, or sting operations, set up eye-catching boats to be hijacked by them lowlives. Carl Samoa said, train them and swear in the fish captains as supernumerary ranks. Nathaniel Francis said, I think the GDF Coast Guard should patrol on a weekly basis for the protection of our fishermen. And finally, Dhanraj Mohan said, the government needs to set up a special squad to deal with criminals on the high seas. Give them radios and high-powered guns to deal with the low-life criminals. So for tonight's question, do you feel the government should start phasing out gas and diesel vehicles from their fleet? Why or why not? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in Tuesday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.